Hello, and thank you for participating in this virtual public meeting to learn about proposed improvements to RM 2243, also known as Leander Road, from Southwest Bypass to Norwood Drive in Williamson County, Texas. The City of Georgetown is holding this virtual public meeting in coordination with the Texas Department of Transportation to share information about the RM 2243 or Leander Road project and to gather feedback on the proposed improvements and preliminary design. This meeting is being held virtually to provide an opportunity for community members to learn about the project and share input at their convenience. This pre-recorded presentation and all meeting materials will be available on the virtual public meeting webpage from Thursday, May 25th at 9 a.m. to Friday, June 9th, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. You can access the virtual meeting materials by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/leander-road. Comments are always welcome, but they must be shared by June 9th using one of the methods described later in this presentation to be included in the official meeting record. If you have not already, we encourage you to sign in using the online form linked on the virtual public meeting webpage to let us know that you participated and share your contact information to receive future updates on the project. You may also reach out to the project team at any point in the project development process to enroll in email updates, ask questions, or discuss the project. To get in touch, call 512-887-2095 or email rm2243project@gmail.com. RM 2243 in Georgetown serves as an important connection between local businesses, residents, and regional roadways such as I-35 and US 183. This project includes a section of RM 2243 stretching from Southwest Bypass to Norwood Drive, which also provides access to multiple residential neighborhoods and Tippett Middle School. The RM 2243 improvement project is one of several ongoing initiatives to enhance safety and mobility in the rapidly growing Georgetown community. As of the 2020 census, Georgetown showed an astounding rise in population, increasing by over 67% from 2010 to 2020. In fact, the city was ranked as the #1 fastest growing large city nationwide. Along with that population growth comes increased demand for safe and efficient travel options to serve the growing number of residents, businesses, and travelers in the area. To address these emerging needs, the City of Georgetown held a bond election in May 2021 to secure funding for much-needed transportation upgrades. Georgetown voters approved $90 million in local funding to design and construct improvements to streets and intersections, bicycle paths and sidewalks, and bridges. Of this $90 million, $7.7 million was set aside to design and construct the proposed improvements to RM 2243. As part of the Mobility Bond Program, this project will contribute to the greater goal of improving citywide safety and connectivity while also serving the needs of adjacent communities now and in the future. To learn more about the 2021 Mobility Bond and associated projects, visit bonds.georgetown.org/2021-mobility-bond. The RM 2243 Improvements Project includes proposed roadway upgrades and pedestrian and bicycle improvements along RM 2243 from Southwest Bypass to Norwood Drive, about 1 mile in length. To further promote safety and connectivity for walkers and bikers, the City of Georgetown is proposing to extend the shared-use path to the I-35 frontage road where it would connect to existing accommodations. RM 2243 in the project area currently includes one 11-foot travel lane in each direction, a continuous center turn lane, and shoulders that vary in width throughout the project limits. This roadway does not provide adequate capacity to address the current and future traffic volumes, resulting in congestion and reduced mobility. The continuous center turn lane also poses mobility challenges, as drivers can make unpredictable left turns that may be difficult for other drivers to anticipate. Additionally, this section of RM 2243 lacks continuous pedestrian and bicycle accommodations and protected crossings to and from residential neighborhoods and schools. The goals of the proposed improvements are to improve safety and mobility for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists, provide safe turning movements to and from the abutting school and subdivisions, improve pedestrian and bicycle access, and improve access to Southwest Bypass to minimize traffic along RM 2243 accessing I-35. This process includes the evaluation of environmental factors in the project area to understand potential constraints and impacts of the proposed project. Some of the environmental considerations for this process are listed on this slide and include factors such as cultural, biological, and water resources, protected species and habitats, and social and community impacts. Detailed environmental studies are ongoing, and results will be documented in accordance with the National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA. Results of environmental studies will be available to view online once completed. To address the needs in the area and accomplish the project goals, proposed improvements include widening the road to 2 lanes in each direction, constructing raised medians with dedicated turn lanes to help reduce turning conflicts, providing continuous pedestrian and bicyclist paths and safe crossings along RM 2243, installing a new signal at RM 2243 and River Ridge Drive, and reconstructing the Southwest Bypass intersection. This diagram shows the typical roadway configuration if proposed improvements are constructed. The improved RM 2243 would include 2 11-foot travel lanes in each direction to provide additional capacity, a 16-foot concrete median with turn lanes provided at intersections, curb and gutter drainage along the outside edge of the pavement with raised grassy berms to help direct water runoff toward drainage facilities, and a 10-foot shared use path along the westbound side of the roadway, which provides ample space for both bicyclists and pedestrians. The medians proposed along RM 2243 would provide safe and efficient turning access between the roadway and adjacent properties. Medians enhance safety and mobility by reducing turning conflicts by eliminating areas where 2 vehicles may attempt to make simultaneous turning movements in the same location, reducing crashes caused by conflicts between left turning, head-on, and crossing traffic, allowing for protected left turns, which improves traffic flow by providing dedicated space outside of through travel lanes where turning vehicles can slow down and line up to turn, and consolidating turn locations to help drivers more accurately predict when surrounding vehicles may slow down to access turn lanes, turn across lanes of traffic, and merge into through lanes from side streets. These graphics provide an example of how medians reduce conflict points. The graphic on the left illustrates potential conflict points for vehicles entering and exiting a roadway with a 2-way left turn lane, similar to the existing RM 2243. In this example, there are 11 potential conflict points between vehicles crossing, merging, or diverging. As shown in the graphic to the right, conflict points related to crossing lanes of traffic are entirely eliminated with a raised median, and only 2 conflict points for merging and diverging vehicles remain. Although the roadway improvement project limits span from Southwest Bypass to Norwood Drive, the City of Georgetown is proposing to construct an extended continuous shared-use path along the westbound side of Leander Road, or to the north of the roadway, from Southwest Bypass to the I-35 frontage road. This extended path would provide safer and more efficient connections between the neighborhoods and the school along the project limits, as well for the businesses, neighborhoods, and connecting streets to the east. Shared-use paths resemble traditional sidewalks, but they are generally wider to provide ample space for both pedestrians and cyclists, similar to what is shown in the example to the left. The shared-use path along Leander Road is proposed to be 10 feet wide with a raised curb and grassy buffer to separate pedestrians and cyclists from vehicular traffic. Proposed pedestrian and bike improvements also include the addition of a crossing at the Southwest Bypass intersection. This will improve safety for pedestrian travel between neighborhoods, businesses, and Tippett Middle School. This project also proposes to improve and reconstruct the Southwest Bypass intersection to increase mobility and safety along RM 2243. The proposed features shown here were designed to be compatible with future improvements to RM 2243 from US 183 to Southwest Bypass, which are currently in development as part of a separate project led by Williamson County. In this area, the median was widened to provide a straight connection between the future frontage roads planned to the west and the travel lanes proposed as part of this project. To learn more about the Williamson County project to the west, visit www.wilco.org/RM2243. In addition to the widened median, this design also includes dedicated left turn lanes for both eastbound and westbound traffic and a dedicated right turn lane from westbound RM 2243 onto northbound Southwest Bypass. This graphic shows a cross-section view of the proposed improvements shown from an aerial perspective on the previous slide. This shows the two-lane configuration along RM 2243 approaching from the Southwest Bypass intersection from the east, including the widened median, left turn lanes, and dedicated right turn lane onto the northbound Southwest Bypass. In addition to providing receiving lanes from the traffic coming from the west, the widened median near the Southwest Bypass intersection also provides the necessary space to include a dedicated U-turn lane for westbound traffic to turn around. In some areas, including the proposed driveway to access the future Bluffview development, the proposed median would prevent drivers from turning left to access eastbound RM 2243. This U-turn lane will provide dedicated space for those vehicles to turn around and head east toward Tippett Middle School and other major roadways, such as Ronald Reagan and I-35. The full schematic layout of proposed improvements provides a more in-depth look at details such as intersection features, sidewalk locations, turn lane location and lengths, and other design features. The schematic is available to view or download on the meeting webpage, and project team members are available to discuss design details and answer questions at any point during project development. There are several steps in developing this project before construction can begin. Since 2019, project engineers have been collecting technical data and developing initial design plans, which are now available for viewing on the project webpage. We are currently collecting public input through this meeting and have been coordinating with impacted property owners. Feedback will be used in conjunction with additional technical evaluations to refine the final plans. The project design is expected to be finalized with environmental documents submitted for review and potential environmental clearance in 2025. Once environmental clearance is received, right-of-way acquisition will begin. Construction is expected to begin in 2026 with an estimated construction cost of $15.8 million. We are interested in hearing your feedback on the information presented in the proposed project plans. Your input will be considered along with the technical considerations as the proposed design is refined and finalized. Your comments and questions are always welcome. To have your comments included in official meeting documentation, they must be received or postmarked no later than Friday, June 9, 2023 at 11:59 p.m. Comments may be shared by filling out the online comment form linked to this QR code on the meeting webpage, emailing rm2243project@gmail.com, mailing the RM2243 project team, care of CD&P, P.O. Box 5459, Austin, Texas 78763, or by calling 512-887-2095 and leaving a voicemail. Responses will be developed for all comments received by the comment deadline and will be published with public meeting documentation in the coming months. Thank you for participating in the RM2243 Leander Road virtual public meeting. If you have additional questions or would like to learn more, please reach out to our team at any time during project development by calling 512-887-2095 or emailing rm2243project@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing your thoughts.